Hey guys, Andy here, aka Montolio, and we're back for Vintage League, and we're going to be playing some Mono White Initiative today. I've opted to play the 3 Void Mirrors. I actually think we could play 4. I really do like this card. I think it's super powerful. And yeah, we've got the 4 main deck Clarion, and of course nothing really new in the main deck. It's just a very steady as she goes list. I've opted for the 3 Archons on the board. Help slow down, obviously, mirrors and bizarre strategies. And we've got the 4 Containment Priests for Oath and Dredge with the 4 Ley Lines, and of course, the Swords as removal. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. I really do appreciate it. See you round 1. Okay, round 1. Ooh, that's a stinker. Well, again, that one. Much better. Gonna keep. I think we put an Ancient Tomb away, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Put an Ancient Tomb away. No easy way to play around anything here, so we're gonna see how we do. We're gonna play the Conqueror first. And hopefully this all resolves. And we're in. So that's going to be hard for any deck to be able to beat. I guess Dredge could beat it technically. I don't have a Wasteland in my hand, but it is Dredge too. Oh no! I mean, we're clocking for 5 a turn, but need a Wasteland. An Anointed Peacekeeper would have been sweet there too. Hopefully they don't have any Dredgers. Is that too much to ask for, guys? We need some heat here. Anything. Anointed Peacekeeper, Wasteland, Strip Mine. Oh, they put something on top. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. We'll play it. It had a chill. Hard to believe we're going to lose from here, but yeah, this, as I said, this is the one deck that could get me, and we just have not done well to try and find some follow-ups. We just have had 3 turns of nothing. Now, of course, that nothing was helped by a Noxious Revival, which was a really nice play from my opponent. We are getting low on life total as well after that 2 Creeping Chills. Okay, that does help, but they have double Icarid is the problem. And double Icarid, 6. I'm just so far away from being able to kill them here. They're triple Icarid, so we're dead. Bit of a tough loss there. We had just such a wonderful start. But we're going to get a lot better post-board, I can tell you that much. This is not a Clarion matchup. Probably don't need Caracas. Vaccine Bauble is still very good. We have to make 10 cuts. Like, I do feel like Void Mirror is pretty good. Is it necessary, though? Probably can cut Chancellor. Do I need swords? No idea what I'm doing. I feel like the Chancellor is pretty good at stopping them from trying to mess with my stuff if I get a trigger turn one. Okay. See if they counter this. Maybe I don't need to do that. I mean, Hollow One is what I need to fear here. Okay, no Hollow One. That's good. I'm happy to draw a land. I obviously wish it was an Ancient Tomb, but that's okay. Oh, they must have the Vigor. I mean, if they have all the answers where they've got a Sickening Shoal and they have a Vigor, I'll live with that. The problem with this particular line here is that I'm concerned about getting my Chrome Mox killed. And I don't think I will play it out as a result. I think they have Vigor. Maybe not. Okay. Wow. Go to 4. Cowardice on my part. And they're churning through a lot of resources trying to find stuff here, which obviously is reasonable. They have Vigor now? It's close. I mean, they're hitting for 4. We're hitting for 4. We're ahead by 1 life, so I don't know how that ends up working out, but okay. So let's think this through here. I do think we need swords to plowshares in some capacity. I don't think we need a seasoned dungeoneer. I think Chancellor is good for the reasons I mentioned, like being able to counter one of their big turn 1 plays. I do think the Archon is incredibly powerful against what my opponent's doing. In all honesty, I think I can cut White Plumes. I think they're dangerous cards to have. Hopefully I'm not watering myself down too much here, but I have Containment Priest. If I get griefed, it's pretty bad. I can do better. Much better. Much, much better. Well, actually, I do have white. Do I just put Archon away? They're down to 5. Two. Okay. Unfortunate for my opponent, but we take those. Yep. Okay. Anticlimactic game there, but we take them. Okay, here we are in round 2. We did not win the die roll. This looks fine. I mean, any hand that has Black Lotus in it is typically pretty good. Now, we're not super set up to fight the Dredge matchup here, but... Okay. We do have an answer to that. Triple Hollow One. Don't really have the luxury of playing around force. Yeah, it's pretty good force. So I think we just die here. Now that said, they don't actually have any dredgers in their yard. Triple Hollow One was a little bit strong for us. Funny that we've run into Dredge both our first matches. Had our Lotus resolved, I think we would have got back in that one for sure. So obviously we have reevaluated how we're attacking this here. Seasoned Dungeoneer just has to go. I also think that we're cutting the White Plume here. We want Containment Priests, and the Archon Absolutions are just really strong. Yep, I like it. Oh, Clarion Conqueror. Oops, we don't want Clarion Conqueror. That's a big punt. I wanted swords. Well, 1, 2, 3. That's pretty good. Of course, we have the Clarion Conqueror in hand. Opponent mulliganing quite low, so we probably are going to get a concession here. Let's hope. We don't have a ley line, so... Oh. Well, I don't have a turn 1 play. That's pretty bad, isn't it? I must be tired, guys. I'm having a bit of a rough night tonight. Oh, that's lucky. Put it on human. Because the other cleric is all on my sideboard and the white plumes. Okay. So they can vigor my Mox here if they wish. All right, let's see if we can do a little bit better in our sideboarding this time. About as sloppy as I've ever been. All right, let's fix this. Let's get some swords in here. Like, Archon is not very good. Host board. Maybe I can cut a couple. Oh, no, I do have the Archon of Absolution, though. Maybe I can just bring in white plumes. Let's try this. That looks a little bit better. On the play, I think I like Archon, so... Yeah, I mean, I like it. Hopefully they don't have a hollow one here to burn my Chancellor trigger. They did burn my Chancellor trigger. They can't counter the Peacekeeper, of course. Just named Sickening Shoal. All right, here we go. Now we have, yeah, that's over. I was going to say now we have hollow one wrapped up. Okay, guys. Okay, we are in round 3. Cannot keep that one. This one's a turn 1 void mirror. I like that. I'm going to keep it. So probably going to put Peacekeeper away here. Yep. And let's see how good my void mirror is here. Sometimes opponents just have to absolutely ruin their hands to try and combat initiative when they're on the draw with the Chancellor trigger. Like, Chancellor is just such a nightmare card. All right. Ooh, Beseiju. Right through my void mirror. Look at that. My Chancellor trigger screwed me up there. It's likely Oath of Druid, so I'm not liking my chances as much here. Mostly because I'm having to use my Witch Enchanter here to cast my White Plume, but I mean, the other option is what if I Wasteland them? I don't hate that. No land. Okay. It's pretty good for me. Do I want to get the initiative going or just shut their stuff off? Probably going to get the initiative going here, guys. The reason being is I want a white land next turn to be able to cast Clarion Conquer and Wasteland. It's a little bit of a greedy line. But totally fine. There are worlds where I get punished for this, but it's not likely. We're going to go Foraging. Okay. Very close to dead next turn. Okay, nice win for us there. Not 100% sure what my opponent's on, but I think the most likely thing with Boseiju is that they're on Oath of Druids. So I don't think Void Mirror is likely where I want to be on the draw. I do think Vexing Bauble is worth keeping. I think Clarion Conqueror, Archon, Anointed Peacekeeper are all decent. Like Peacekeeper or Dungeoneer can get through. Not Peacekeeper, Dungeoneer can get through in a Atraxa. Do I want swords? I don't think I want swords. I'm not 100% sure what we're playing against. And I don't know that it's reason enough to bring it in versus Atraxa, to be perfectly honest with you. Let's try this, guys. This is an awkward hand. Don't know if I want to mulligan this hand or not. I think having a Containment Priest is a good idea. Yeah, I don't know. I think I can do better. This says my Caracas? All right. This is Witch Enchanter's potential answer to Oath. What about Chancellor of the Annex? Is that any good here? Probably is. Just slow them down enough that my wastelands are impactful. Mm-hmm. Okay. Look, I think we're going to have to get a bit lucky to win this game. It is indeed Oath of Druids. Okay, no. The reason I'm doing this is I'm holding up Containment Priest. If they show and tell me, I mean, I do have a Chancellor here, which is pretty good. What is this? Okay. Dress down. Okay. They know I have a Chancellor for show and tell here. I hope they do not cast Oath of Druids here this turn. Show and tell would be awesome. I guess maybe not awesome, but I mean, it'd be fine because I'd get a Chancellor in play. And then I can untap and Caracas them. That's strong. Not a guaranteed win, but strong. They're going to have a whole bunch of stuff going on here. Ancestral recalls and, yeah, force of will. So they got the oath. That I can see. They do have force of will. Demonic Tutor. What are they going to get? Black Lotus, maybe? Time Walk, maybe? Go get a Lotus and Show and Tell. So I know they have Force of Will in hand, so I can't actually resolve my Witch Enchanter here. If they have Time Walk, it's bad for me. I acknowledge it. They're actually thinking about countering my White Plume. Interesting. I would love it if they did. Okay, here we go. We're so far behind here, guys. We just have to try and play coy. I don't want to get the Caracas Besiegered right away on a Time Walk or something. And I wanted to get my board bigger. Get us into the Forge here. Bounce them. And cast Witch Enchanter. Like, Witch Enchanter is going to get Force of Will, but it is what it is. They do have a Show and Tell here. Did they take Atraxa last time? Okay. Did not take an Atraxa. They have 3 cards in there. They have 3 cards in their library? Hmm. They do have the Time Walk. All right. Put it in the bottom. All joking aside, I don't know if they have Gaia's Blessing in their deck or not. But I wonder if there's some slim chance that we can sneak this out here somehow. 3 cards, boy. Okay, only 1 Besiju. Ouch. They got the initiative from me. They might just let this resolve. Now, I do know they have a show and tell in hand. All right. If that Mana Crypt does me some work here, oh, they didn't lose. Because I can actually put the Seasoned Dungeoneer in here, and it's not bad. I mean, I'll do that next turn. Maybe I just have to put the Chancellor, but... Oh, they're just hard casting. Yeah, I mean, that does work. They have one card in hand. Or in their deck. Yeah, I do die here, unfortunately. Trap. Three, two. Yeah, I'm one short. Because I know they have force, right? I can't cast a Chancellor right now. So close, they're down to one card. Ah! It just resolves. Interesting. They're just obviously not worried about it. Had I drawn an Ancient Tomb there, that would have been pretty good. Now, what happens if I attack with everything? That's 4. They just block, let's say, this. They gain 7 going to 15. They take 1, 2, 3, 4. 10. I can put them on a Mana Crypt flip here, though. The fact that I'm putting them on a Mana Crypt flip here is pretty awesome, to be quite frank with you. Like, I have a chance of winning this match right here. All right. Didn't think that was going to happen, guys. We take those. Nice win. So, round 4. Singpan Man, Doomsday, and Merfolk Aficionado. We are on the play. Oh, man. 3, 4, 5. We just can't keep that. Nope. This is rough, guys. Need the white source. I guess I'll put a Clarion away, and hard to know whether the white plume is better. Maybe I can just put a Wasteland away. I don't know. It's a tough counter if they get it, but anyways, let's pass and see what happens. Merfolk. Oh dear. I have to do the white plume here and hope it resolves because I do need the basic. Yep. All right. Flash. All right. We're pretty dead here. Oh. Skydiver. That couldn't have been right. I mean, they got my mocks, but all right. Don't really like my chances from here, but yeah, I would think Merfolk is pretty heavily favored against initiative. Let's see what we can do to fix this up a bit. Okay, let's try this. Would have much rather been playing against Doomsday than Merfolk, I can tell you that much. Yeah, I just can't really keep this. Nice. This is much better. I mean, I don't really have a great creature because the problem for me here is that the Clarion Conqueror shuts off much of what I'm trying to do, but that's okay. Not optimal, but I mean, we got a chance. It's actually a really good one. Now, pretty high probability we're going to get Wastelanded here, but we got to play to our outs. Put this one on Cleric. Yep. Very lucky here to have found the land. We can attack because the white plume can bring it back. Okay, Saga. Hopefully it's not a true name. True name would suck here, but what are you going to do? It is. All right, well, we're in a race. I don't know that we can beat that, but it's actually a really good draw. Believe it or not, that's really good. Might be enough to close it out, to be honest with you. Maybe not, but let's see. I can't stop the white or the true name from hitting, but they're going to get a basic here, which will allow them to further their plan potentially. Horrendous draw, but okay, nice win for us there. Let's see if we can get the match. It's going to be tough. Definitely going to be tough. What about Archon of Absolution? Is there any way that that is reasonable? I don't know. Like, is it better than Clarion Conqueror on the draw? I do acknowledge it's a lot harder to cast, but I feel like Vexing Bauble also is just like really not that good. I do acknowledge they have counter magic and stuff, but we'll rely on our chancellors. Yeah, I mean, I don't expect the Lotus to resolve, but I mean, we do have a turn two play. Okay. Let's see. Days would suck here, but I mean, it just the world we're living in. It's in. This has the most power, so I'm going to play it. Or triggered ability. I don't really give a dang about that. I'm going to put this on Wasteland. Here we go. I mean, we might be able to win this. Let's see. Problem is the Ancient Tomb is dinging me, which is just not good. But I mean, it's what's keeping me in the game here. Swords. That's actually not bad. Gaining some life from my own guys here. So I go to 8, so I get... So next turn, I'm going to hit them for 6. They chump block, right? Puts it to 3, and then I can swords my own guy. Things have to go right, but I feel like it's going to work. And taxing the 2 here is pretty good. They do have force, okay. So that might not work out for me now. Let's see. Might just be enough. Let's see. I don't have to tap my Ancient Tomb here. Need a land. That was a good draw, actually. The unfortunate thing is that I actually need to be able to have a white source available here. So they chump block. I put them to 7. So I'm 1 short. Maybe not. I mean, if they top deck a 2-drop Merfolk, it's bad for me. They may not want to block here because they don't kill me. So I think I do win this if they don't find a counter. Oh, they are blocking. Well, that's so good for me if they block. Which does put me to 1. They can't force a will me. Do I do it now? I don't think I have to. Wow. That was awesome. Nice win there. I didn't think we could get that match, but that was pretty neat. The Archon was pretty big there. Okay, guys, here we are in round 5. We're playing for a trophy. So I'm pretty happy about that. Let's see. We're on the play. And we see Lurus of the Dream Den. We're going to keep this. I don't know if we're playing against control or not. I guess my question is, do we just play out a Winter Orb? Or Void Mirror, excuse me? We do, I guess, because it's pretty much our only choice. Pretty reasonable chance if it's control, we're going to get Force of Negation or Force of Will here, but maybe not. So it is control we're playing against. So pretty reasonable chance we are going to get hit with removal here, but I think that's okay. So I think Peacekeeper is very likely the best play here. Archon is the better card, but I'm feeling reasonably confident that they have removal here. And if it costs them their Lotus to use it, I think that's fine. So they do actually have the Fatal Push. So they're going to Wasteland, without a doubt, my white source here next turn. And that's okay because we have another one. They will be able to Bowmaster as well. And they can trade for the Anointed Peacekeeper, which I think is okay. I'm going to name Fatal Push. It's a tough one. They've got a good hand here. If they Wasteland me here, that's pretty good for me because it means that my Archon is very likely to... Well, not necessarily. Oh, they're going to... What's this? Are they going to push me here? Oh, that's really good for me. They have a Bowmaster in hand. And Clarion Conqueror looks really nice here next turn if I can get there. Yeah, this is going to slow them down big time. They have Bowmaster in hand that I know of. So look, I am worried about turning on Revolt here. It just is what it is. But we are not going to let them... untap with 2 mana. So that's for sure. They have the Fatal Push good on them, but okay, Lauren Revealed's totally fine because unless they have a basic here, they do have an Island. Okay, so they're going to have a Bowmaster. Bowmaster doesn't do much in this particular board state. Frog does. Well, actually, Frog doesn't do anything. So they're going to have a Bowmaster here. Now, if they daze me, I think that's okay. The reason being is that it means it's their turn. And that's a pretty good tempo play for me. Okay, so it looks like we're playing against Blue-Black Lurrus, Dimir Lurrus, Control. And this is a pretty reasonable matchup for us. Now, Chancellor is not as good on the draw. I like all my swords here. What do I want to take out? Seasoned Dungeoneers is so very good. Don't want to cut that. I don't want to cut a White Plume. I don't want to cut a Clarion Conqueror. Archon is not quite as efficient on the draw. Maybe we do something like this. I do think Vexing Bauble is still really good in this particular situation. Yeah, this is poor. I think I have to mulligan this with all likelihood. 3 mana sources. They're all singleton. Yeah. This deck just does a lot better than this. And there are hands where you just end up having a Chancellor in your opener where you can go Chrome Mox. God forbid you find Black Lotus or Mox Pearl into a Haymaker and you just win the game. As a guy who's played on the other side of the board a lot in this matchup, it's a tough one. Yeah. I am going to keep all my mana sources. I do think one of the creatures is the odd one out, and I do want to actually keep my Chancellor here. The issue I have is we're on the draw, but stopping them from a big turn one play is not irrelevant. I'm going to put the Archon away. I like the Archon a lot, and I'm not sure how good on the draw Chancellor is in this situation, but like if it hurts their ability to cast a turn 2 Frog, then that's not something to balk at. Very reasonable chance we get wastelanded here, but if we don't, we're in really good shape. That is not a wasteland. They cannot cast a frog here. Yeah, the Chancellor trigger is just such a menace. It's far more palatable when you're on the play. But on the draw, it's horrendous. and my opponent cast a frog into the Chancellor trigger. Look, my opponent was very likely playing for a trophy there, and obviously knows what they're doing with the deck to the extent that they got to the 4-0 bracket. But I can attest that I have cast into a Chancellor trigger more than I care to admit, and I'm quite a seasoned vintage player, and um, have created gap stops to be able to never forget. Like I always open it and make sure I have it right in my face so I can see it and not miss it because I've missed it just in those types of examples. So a little bit of an unfortunate finish to our tournament here. It would have been nice to play that one out and see how we ended up doing. But regardless, we ended up getting a trophy. And trophies are not easy to come by. If you grind, you certainly can get lots of trophies, but it used to be more my thing than it is today. I just enjoy playing in tournaments. Daybreak Games has just done such a great job making multiple vintage challenges throughout the week, and I am usually able to play two out of the four. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. It really all depends, but I do get in the mood sometimes to jam leagues, and today we had a bit of a rough vintage challenge, and we jammed this league in between, and we're able to get a trophy. White Initiative, don't listen to them. The deck is very good. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. I really do appreciate it. Moving closer to 1,000 here, and it'd be a milestone for me to get there. Thank you.